Hey there, it's Danielle Burnock from DanielleBurnock.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, that lady on the internet who loves you. I want to talk to you today about practicing gratitude and celebrating victories. Do you practice gratitude? Today, right now, in this live I'm doing, it's November, and a lot of times after Halloween, when it gets into November, people think that the next holiday is Thanksgiving, at least here in America. And people think about gratitude, they start talking about it, but we need to do it when it's not just November. So do you practice gratitude just in your life? It's a practice that I have that I do every morning. I have this jar here on my bookshelf that has a little sticker on it that says good things. And every morning I write down one good thing on this little colorful piece of paper and put it in that jar. And I do this I start the jar once a year and I empty it on New Year's Day. But the practice of it is that every day I take a minute to think about the day before and something good that had happened. That is a practice of gratitude. And if we practice that, we will be better at it when things are hard. Also celebrating victories, because we fail at things sometimes and things go wrong sometimes. And if we don't practice celebrating the good, celebrating victories, practice gratitude, it will become more difficult when we really need it to help us. When things are hard, we need that. Sometimes when things are hard, we need to have a good cry. I did that the other day. I'm going to be vulnerable and tell on myself here. I had a really bad day the other day. This year has been filled with many, many difficulties in my life and my family's life. For those of you who are live here, you can see I have my sweatshirt on that has No Child Fights Alone. And it has the hashtag titanium on the bottom. That hashtag is for my grandson, Tyler, who is fighting leukemia. That's a hard thing. That's not just a hard thing for him, that's a hard thing for everyone in our family and all the different ways that it affects the family. And that's one of many things that have been happening over this last year. Over this past weekend, I had a really hard day because a bunch of other things had happened since then. Tyler was diagnosed in March. So that's been ongoing. So that's an ongoing stressor. But we had some new things happen, one of which is my husband's car. Suddenly is making this weird noise. He needs a new engine in his car. That's not a small problem either to have. Well, when all these things erupt, we are tempted to think that it's the end of the world, our emotions overwhelm us, and we can shut down. But if we have been practicing gratitude and celebrating victories, it gives us an inner strength in there to maybe catch ourselves, to collect ourselves, that after we have a good cry, which I celebrate that I can have a good cry, because when someone has been successful at shutting down their emotions, that they can no longer cry, that is not healthy. So I celebrate that I can have a good cry. My daughter calls it bathroom flooring it, where you have a meltdown. And sometimes we have them. And I will tell on myself, sometimes I have them. I've even written about them in my books because I'm a human. And when was the last time you had a meltdown? Maybe you need to have a meltdown and then get up and collect yourself and then practice some gratitude or celebrate a victory. Look for something you can celebrate. I can celebrate the gratitude I have for people who have helped us with Tyler, with their time, with their love, with giving to our GoFundMe, for my daughter and her family, for being there, to pick up the kids, to go to the hospital, all the different things. I can express gratitude for the place where my husband took his car and they did the diagnostic, and they're going to charge us for the diagnostic, because they were going to be fixing it, but they can't fix it. It has to go to the dealer. They waived that diagnostic fee. I can be grateful for that. These gratitude things, they don't erase the problems, but they give us the strength to carry on in the midst of them, because we'll have problems. Jesus said in the world you're going to have tribulation. Be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. See, that we can be grateful that there's a strength found in him and that he'll comfort us in these difficult times. We can ask for help from the people around us. We can be grateful that we have help in the midst. So whatever you're going through, I want to encourage you to practice gratitude and celebrate victories. A victory can just be something you did right, a right decision you made. You started reading, you started drinking water, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's a victory to you. It doesn't have to be a victory to anyone else. And for you to be grateful, it's a very personal thing also. That's why it gives us the strength inside, because life can be hard. We have things going on. They can drag us down, and maybe you need a good cry, and then maybe you need to be grateful that you were able to have that good cry. And so till next time, I love you. I'm Danielle Bernack from DanielleBernack.com. Love yourself from Survive to Thrive, and celebrating victories, practicing gratitude, and yes, even having a good cry can help you go from survive to thrive, because we have to take care of ourselves. So till next time, I love you.